When the enemy commander spotted the helmets on the hillside, he immediately realized a squad was lying in ambush behind his lines. He swiftly turned the artillery toward the rear and fired, unaware he'd walked straight into the woman's trap. Yet his boulders crashed into the snow-capped mountains, triggering violent tremors. A satisfied smile spread across her face, for she knew an avalanche was imminent. Moments later, she mounted her warhorse and rode away. The enemy soldiers were all buried by the blizzard. After the war ended, the woman emerged from the mist. Though she should have received military honors, she knelt before the general, begging for forgiveness. It turned out this woman was Mulan, who had taken her father's place in the army. Years earlier, an official decree had ordered every household to select one male to defend the nation. But Mulan's family had only 2 daughters, and her father had lost a leg in a previous battle. Now, faced with the official decree, her father could only grit his teeth and accept the secret letter. All this was witnessed by Mulan. To protect her father from harm, that very night she secretly took his treasured sword, donned the crimson armor, and set off on the journey to war. Upon learning the truth, the general flew into a rage. Yet, considering her military achievements, he banished her from the camp without further punishment. Later, Mulan sat alone on a mountaintop, weeping. Suddenly, a witch appeared before her. She shared her own story with Mulan. It turned out the witch had once been like Mulan, a fierce and skilled warrior, but everyone believed a woman on the battlefield was an utter disgrace. In the end, the witch had no choice but to defect to the enemy, and played the role of the villain. And now she hopes Mulan will join her cause. The witch also told her that the war here is merely a ruse by the enemy. Their true objective is to launch a surprise attack on the imperial capital. Upon hearing this, Mulan immediately refused the witch's offer, and spurred her horse toward the camp. That night, she reported the matter to the general, who refused to believe her. Fortunately, her former comrades chose to support and trust her. Ultimately, the general decided to let Mulan lead them on a nighttime rescue mission. But when they arrived at the imperial palace, they discovered not a single guard remained. Then they fell into the enemy's ambush. Under the general's command, they fought desperately to hold back the enemy forces. Finally, Mulan charged alone into the palace. To her shock, at the moment of crisis, the witch sacrificed her own life to save Mulan. Seeing the witch's dying form, Mulan was heartbroken, but now the emperor's life hung in the balance. She had no time for grief, instead carrying the witch's dying wish. She faced the enemy commander alone. Yet against the fierce and skilled enemy commander, Mulan was at a disadvantage, both in strength and technique. After only a few exchanges, her sword was knocked from her grasp and into the furnace. Instantly, Mulan's spirit was crushed. A warrior without a sword cannot fight. Just as despair consumed her, the emperor suddenly declared,
"Rise up. You are a mighty warrior. Rise up like a phoenix. Fight for the kingdom and its people."
Inspired by the emperor's words, Mulan charged forward again, reborn like a phoenix. Using her agility, she dodged blow after blow. Both fighters eventually found their footing on a suspended plank, yet the force of balance compelled them to draw near and clash. With her petite, agile movements, Mulan swiftly drove the enemy commander back. Seizing his retreating moment, she caught the sword and severed the rope. The enemy commander plummeted straight down, while Mulan swung back on the rope. But as she untied the emperor, she never expected the barely dead enemy commander suddenly grabbed his bow and arrow. Seeing this, Mulan hastily sped up her movements.